Everyone, welcome back. So we're digging in on the Mayan Popol Vuh. It's the ancient civilization of the Mayans. The Popol Vuh was translated by a Catholic friar, so we must keep that in mind. Yes, so let's begin. And remember, there are ruins in Belize, Guatemala, and Mexico. But most of the time, when people talk about Mayan civilizations, the first image that comes to mind is the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. However, many Guatemalans of the Quiche lineage will also take credit, so it depends. And after the maiden was noticed by her father, when he saw that she was now a child, all the lords then shared their thoughts. 1 and 7 death, along with blood gatherer, this daughter of mine is with child, lords. It's just a bastard, blood gatherer said when he joined the lords. Very well, get her to open her mouth. If she doesn't tell, then sacrifice her. Go far away and sacrifice her. Very well, your lordships, he replied. After that, he questioned his daughter. Who is responsible for the child in your belly, my daughter? He said. There is no child, my father, sir. There is no man whose face I've known, she replied. Very well. It really is a bastard you carry. Take her away for sacrifice. Savage. Ouch. You military keepers of the mat. Okay, it's a new title. Military keepers of the mat. Bring back her heart in a bowl. Hoi! So the lords can take it in their hands this very day. The owls were told, the 4 of them. Then they left, carrying the bowl. They took the maiden by the hand, bringing along the white dagger, the instrument of sacrifice. It's important to highlight that. It would not turn out well if you sacrifice me, messengers, because it is not a bastard that is in my belly. What's in my belly generated all by itself when I went to marvel at the head of one Huanapu, which is there at the place of ball game sacrifice. So please stop. Don't do your sacrifice, messengers, said the maiden. Then they talked. What are we going to use in place of her heart? We were told by her father, bring back her heart. The lords will take it in their hands. They will satisfy themselves. They will make themselves familiar with its composition. Hurry, bring it back in a bowl. Put her heart in the bowl. It isn't what we've been told? Isn't that what we've been told? What shall we deliver in the bowl? What we want above all is that you should not die, said the messengers. Very well. My heart must not be theirs, nor will your homes be here, nor will you simply force people to die. But hereafter, what will be truly yours will be the true bearers of bastards. And hereafter, as for 1 and 7 death, only blood, only nodules of sap will be theirs. Nodules of sap is like the drippings from the sap tree. Interesting. So be it that these things are presented before them, and not that hearts are burned before them. So be it. Use the fruit of a tree, said the maiden, and it was red tree sap she went out to gather in a bowl. Oh, that's clever. So she went to a tree and she put like a hole in it, like how you get maple syrup, right? It oozes from the tree and it's red, so she's gonna put it in the bowl. Let's see what she does. After it congealed, meaning clotting got thicker, the substitute for her heart became round. When the sap of the croton tree was tapped, tree sap like blood, it became the substitute for her blood. When she rolled the blood around inside there, the sap of the croton tree, it formed a surface like blood, glistening red now, round inside the bowl. When the tree was cut open by the maiden, the so-called cochineal croton, the sap is what she called blood, and so there is talk of nodules of blood. Okay, so essentially the blood is clotting. Not the blood. The sap is clogging together, like clotting up, getting thicker, and is looking at like it's nodules of blood, so clumpy. Interesting. So you have been blessed with the face of the earth. It shall be yours, she told the owls. Very well, maiden. We'll show you the way up there. You just walk on ahead. We have yet to deliver this apparent duplicate of your heart before the lords, said the messengers. And when they came before the lords, they were all watching closely. Hasn't it turned out well? Said one death. It has turned out well, your lordships. And this is her heart. It is in the bowl. Ah, so now they've taken that bowl to the lords. Very well, so I'll look, said one death. And when he lifted it up with his fingers, its surface was soaked with gore. Its surface glistened red with blood. So it is a shiny sap that looks like blood, essentially. Good, stir up the fire. Put it over the fire, said one death. So now they're taking the sap from the tree, thinking it's blood, and pouring it over the fire. After that, they dried it over the fire, and Xibalbans savored the aroma. They all ended up standing there. They leaned over it intently. They found the smoke of the blood to be truly sweet. But it's really tree sap, it's not blood. And while they stayed at their cooking, the owls went to show the maiden the way out. They sent her up through a hole onto the earth, and then the guides returned below. In this way, the lords of Xibalba were defeated by a maiden. All of them were blinded. So the sap, I guess when it's burned, and then they stuck their face to the fire to smell it, it caused a blindness in them. And remember, Xibalba were in the underworld. And here, where the mother of one monkey and one artisan lived, was where the woman named Blood Moon arrived. Interesting. So the woman's name is Blood Moon, and there is she's going to be the mom of one monkey and one artisan. Interesting. We're going to see where this goes. Blood Moon. I made a joke once that Blood Moon sounds like a horrible period night. And the spin-off of one of Game of Thrones was called Blood Moon. It got canceled. But it's a terrible name, Blood Moon, because you think it sounds like vampire and scary when it really just sounds messy and gross. But it is funny. Every time I read Blood Moon anywhere, I always think of that. So now you will think of it too. So what do you think, family? That's the end of that part. It's interesting that the father is so angry at the fact that his daughter's having a bastard child to the point where he wants her chest to be cut open, her heart to be put in a bowl, and then led as a sacrifice. I mean, pretty intense. But we must remember that the elders of the original writers, right, the elders who passed down this information, wouldn't have revealed the secret knowledge to the friar of the Catholic Church. And it's also interesting that the white dagger is the name for such a tool used in sacrifice, calling it the white dagger, not the black dagger, because usually they used obsidian, which is black and super sharp. So, wow, interesting. Fascinating stuff, the Mayans.